Tell us about your teaching philosophy. I believe that the best philosophy of teaching is subjective and can vary depending on individual perspective and context. There are many teaching philosophies that I've known. One of the best philosophy that I usually use is constructivism. This philosophy suggests that learners actively construct knowledge by building upon their existing understanding and experiences. Students are encouraged to explore concepts, questions, assumptions, and engage in hands on activities to develop their own meaning. As a language teacher, I am more on practicality. Here in the Philippines, our learners consider English language as a second language. So, in order for me that they will learn the language, I expose them to the language into different ways, such as using the language as medium of communication and allowing them to talk to their peers by using the language, and lastly, exposing them to English language media material such as movies. What are the key components of good lesson plan? A well-structured lesson plan incorporates several key components to ensure effective teaching and learning. There are several elements to consider. First, objectives. This clearly states that specific goals and learning outcomes that you want to achieve through the lesson. Objectives should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bounded. Second would be the introduction or engaging hook. This begins the lessons with an attention grabbing introduction or hook that resentment students' interest and connect to their prior knowledge. This helps create a positive and engaging learning environment. Third would be content presentation. It presents the content or information in a clear and concise manner, you ensuring that it is accessible and understandable to students. Using visual aids, example, and real life connection to enhance comprehension. Fourth would be the learning activities. This includes a variety of activities that actively engage students in learning process such as discussions, group work, hands-on experiments, problem-solving tasks, or multimedia presentations. These activities should align with the objectives and promote active learning. Now, with the process of learning activities, differentiations should be also considered, wherein this will consider the diverse needs of the learner style of your students and incorporate strategies to different instructions. Provide options for students to access and process information, demonstrate their understanding, and extend their learning. Fifth would be the closure and summary. Summarize main points of lessons and review key concepts to reinforce learning. Provide opportunities for students to ask questions and clarify any misunderstanding. Sixth will be the assessment and evaluation. Include formative or summative assessments to measure students' progress and understanding. This could involve quizzes, discussions, projects, and other assessment strategies aligned with the objectives. Lastly, will be the reflection. Students are given a allocated time to reflect on the effectiveness of the lesson and student learning outcomes. Evaluate the strengths and areas for improvement and use this reflection to inform future lesson planning. So those are the elements to consider upon crafting a good lesson plan. Tell us about your experience and what experience you had where you made a difference in student life. In the years of teaching, I always incorporate to my lesson about the reality in life, wherein I always told them that the world needs skillful individual. I told them that they should use the language in a day-to-day communication so that they'll have confidence of using the language. One day, one of my grade 7 students before who were college when approached me while he was visiting the school, he mentioned that, indeed, sir, I have no regret of following your suggestions, that we should use the language to the world. Since he followed my suggestions today, he is now confident of speaking the language. He is now a professional individual. And lastly, he mentioned to me he is proud that I was his English teacher. What I'm trying to say is good communication is the best skill they can bring to compete to globalization.